Man, y'all still celebrate, no matter what you calling it, man. First of all, just don't do it. How come you can't just do that, man? But nah, they gonna make up something. You know, they gonna keep on doing something. I mean, just holy wing.
Well, yeah, we love the ways of the world more than our own heritage, and that's what the Most High said. You're gonna give us a heritage of heathens. Mm-hmm. That's what you like, right? That's what you want to do, and then we paying for it. But read on.
No, it says best of all.
Best of out of all everything else, out of your heritage, out of you being the greatest, you being kings and princesses, out of you being the top daughter, done daughter. Mm-hmm. You love the other nations best of all. Read on.
Verse 16. By reason whereof sore calamity came upon them.
But see, this is what we going through, what we go through, Israel. Why do you think we out there on the street corner telling our people, man, come back to your heritage. Mm-hmm. Come back to who you are, because when you down and out and you pounding, you're in a pitiful case, which you got a sore countenance. You know why? Because the Most High done did this to you, man, because you did it to yourself. Mm-hmm. We got to help ourselves first, man. And that's by keeping our laws, statutes, and commandments. But by these reasons, sore calamities that came upon you. Yeah, that's why you can't find a job for more than $12, $13 an hour. Yeah, that's why every time you get paid, we finish with one beer, come another one and slap you in the face. This is why. Read on.
For they had them to be their enemies and avengers.
That's the coldest part of the scripture. We had them to be our enemies and our what?
Avengers.
And they gonna come get us out of this situation.
Yeah.
They hate you. They shooting us down, but Lord, they gonna get us. They gonna get us out of this situation. I just know they are. They giving us jobs now. They letting us work with them. They letting us work. It's one black guy on every floor now. It's a guy. It's one of us on every floor. Mm-hmm. We had them to be our enemies. Yeah, they do us how they do us, but we still thinking they gonna come and get us out of this situation, man. Read on.
Whose custom they follow so earnestly.
Whose what?
Whose custom they follow so earnestly.
Whose heritage they follow so earnestly. Come on, we was them same people. Come on, don't get it twisted. This 4 or 5 years ago, yeah, I was what? Halloween. Yeah, I went to Halloween in college. They said, what you dressed up as? I'm a college student. Yeah, they give him a can. I'm in Houston, Texas, where they giving out canned sodas and just telling you to get what you grab. I was doing that too, man. But we had to come up out of those ways. That's what we're trying to do. We're telling people that, guess what? We did it, so can you. Read on.
And unto whom they desire to be like in all things.
Read that again.
And unto whom they desire to be like in all things.
We desire to be like the other nations that are our own. We got to desire to be like our forefathers, man. Abraham. Let's desire to be like King David, man. Let's desire to be like Solomon, man.
And not just specific. It's specific to tell you what other nation we trying to be like.
Them.
The Grecians.
Them.
The Edomites.
Best of all.
Best of all. Best of all.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of our women want that hair. So I want to be like them. That's why you men want to wear the nut cutters. You want to be like them. You want? I can't wait to throw. I can't feel my legs, but man, I look just like one of these other legs. Howdy, partners. Boy,
yeah, man.
Everybody hold that. I want y'all to hold that thought that he brought this scripture up, because we're going to hit something on this later on. But make sure y'all read. I want you to make sure what he just said. Marinate on it. Keep it in your head. Better yet, just put it on your right shoulder, because we're going to hit some more stuff on it. I'm glad you pulled that scripture, man. That's a good one. I didn't even pull that one, but it's touching everything that's going on. Let's go to Jeremiah 12 and 8. Now, let's start at 7. I'm sorry. I'm acting like a boy.
Don't say it.
I didn't say it. Wife would elbow me in the throat.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, verse 7. I have forsaken my house. I have left my heritage.
I have forsaken my house. Our people don't forsake our own house, man. I'm tired of being in here. It's crowded. Everybody keep moving around. We just mad at everything going on in our own house. Go ahead.
I have left mine heritage. I have given the dearly beloved of my soul into the hand of her enemies.
Of her enemies. Ain't that what he was just reading? Well, and I'm going to show you why. Let me show you why. Go ahead.
Mine heritage is unto me as a lion in the forest.
Look, our heritage done become a lion. Something just out looking at us in the forest. It's looking at us like a meal. And what we do? We scared of our own heritage now. We ready to run from our heritage. Go ahead.
It cried out against me.
Uh-huh.
Therefore have I hated it.
See, because now we don't want to be associated with being a slave. I don't want to. No, that wasn't us. We got people telling them what. That's what they say. Yes, how we get over here? Just here. Stuff like that. You be like, what? Because they don't want to bring up their heritage. They don't even want to. They don't want to associate themselves with the slaves. I was in slavery. They want to try to be like. They want to. Man, like I seen a thing. A PBS. They did went to Persia. Went to Persia, and the guy, that black dude that do them interviews all the time. He was with them glasses. I forgot. He always doing them PBS documentaries.
Black the dude that did Gates.
Yes, he went over to Persia. And over in Persia, they had black people. And they looked just like us, us. And man, they was asking the dudes. They were dudes like, what is your name? Are you original, or was you one of the slaves, or was you a Persian? Man, that dude, all them black people like, no, we ain't had nothing to do with no slave. No, we were never enslaved. We was a Persian. And the Persian was over there like, nigga, damn well y'all was, they were looking at them like, there's no way. Even the dude said, I can't see how they denying it being the slaves. They were the slaves. You know what I'm saying? It was the black dudes, and the rest of them was, how that Mother Nation's always doing. But these black people refuse to be accounted as one of their forefather was in slavery. Just like a lot of our people embarrassed about it. Till you now, we read the Bible like, shoot, yeah. I remember one time, I used to always be like, nah, I ain't going to be the slave. See, now I be like, yeah, I'm one. Because now I read the Bible and see, okay, that was God's chosen people. Because I always thought us going in slavery. I remember I used to say, I guess we bled because, see, God had to put us in slavery because that's the only way we would have learned Christianity. And that's what I used to think, because that's what I thought that was the blessing. He got us, I thought he blessed us from putting us in slavery so we can come over here and learn about God. Which we had God, the real true God, before we came over here.
And how a lot of us really thought before we made it to this truth. You just got to think, man. We were looking at our nation so down. I know me, personally, I looked at our nation so down. I was like, dang, how in the hell can we get ahead? So my thought, I seen how the other nations was prospering. So I said, dang, I started watching everything that they did. I'm talking about every detail of their life. I watched, and I watched every detail of them. I started doing everything lined up with them. Guess what? And I had, at one point, I had started winning. But then I found out at the end, you just another damn nigga, man. All of us found out the same thing. All of us, we can sit up and try to deny that we didn't never do it, but we did. I don't care how hood or how thug. Guess what? Every day, probably every male, Israelite male or every Israelite woman here, all of us street niggas. Everybody from the streets. But guess what we did? We was tired of being in a lower state, and we wanted to do something about it, man. What you think? You think the Most High God open your ears up if you didn't want to do something about it? So all of a sudden, He just woke your ears up just for no reason. You was inquiring about some stuff. It was something on your mind that triggered you like, dang, it was something. Because you always felt something. That's why the Most High God said, yeah, that's why He said, I knew you in the womb. Because I'm going to keep a little something on your mind. So when it's time, then you be like, dang, oh, that's what that mean. Dang, that's what that mean. The whole time we in the truth, that's what we do. This what this mean. This what this mean. Because you was inquiring about a lot of stuff, man.
And that's like a lot of times we grow up and the first thing we think about is, we at the bottom, we want to be rich. Who do we look to?
Let me do what they do. So
that's
exactly.
They rich. They God must work.
Yeah.
They God gotta work. Look at them. They prosper and they run everything. We didn't get up, man. I remember this dude, every time I used to be in business, they always say, man, I always looked up to JR. I don't know if anybody remember that. JR on Dallas, the show. A lot of drug dealers looked up to him. Why? Because he was rich. They didn't care about nothing. They didn't. What's the one from Africa? The richest man, Musa. Yeah. Nobody thought about him. No, none of that. That white man got everything. So we tried our best to be like. I'm pretty sure everybody before the truth. Your whole thought, I'm trying to get rich. Like who? Like the white folk, Bill Gates. All of them that's got that money that we don't even, what's so bad about black people got money, we don't even get that, that nigga got little money. Even what's name, he done changed his money, he want Arab money. He want other nations, like it's gonna change. Yeah. Like I'm running around here, I got big faces. Same amount of that small face bill. $100 was $100. I got big faces. Yeah, I got a bigger white man face now. Right. That's what I mean. Our people just throw it off, man.
And even when you think about just going back, okay, they had a revolution. What was that Revolutionary War here? They had the North against the South. Guess what? In Negro mentality, guess what? The North still against the South. Guess what? The colors blue and red. What you think the top games? Blue and red. Y'all don't see how the correlation how we think? Just like I'm tell you something, I'll point this out to me and I'm tell you something. Boy, if you think this ain't real, every police car that come out, niggas in the hood want that car.
Yes.
When the Chevy Impala came out, guess what? Niggas wanted that car. If the police wanted the Ford
Grand
Marquis, guess what? Niggas want that car.
Got him.
Boy, you think?
Got him.
Boy, I'm telling you, if that's not programming.
It's always the number one car that you got.
They can ride them with the lights on top. They were riding with the lights on.
For real.
They still got the black rail on the front with the
mirror on there. I mean, with the flashlight, with the light spotlight on there.
If they could ride with the lights, they would do that, man. That's crazy.
And I used to always say, I remember Jerubbaal said, I was like, man, I don't want that car. I don't want nothing that them put me in the back of.
For real,
man. But our people, not our people, boy. Our people, boy. I mean,
just like my little cousin said this, man. He was like,
now it's a charge. Every car.
That's right. It's a charge now. That's right.
Yeah.
My little cousin was like, man, I'm playing golf with the white folk now, man. Like he said, like it was something proud to be. But I'll never forget. I went to LSU in Louisiana. I was in college, and it was a golf course, and it was like 2 brothers over there, and like 100 white folk, so-called white folk. And my partner screamed out the window, and it was funny at first. But now it's like, it's the truth. He was like, no matter what you do, you're still a nigger. And boy, they got so mad, they started throwing golf balls at us and stuff. But it was for real. I mean, it was funny at the time. But it's right. You can try to do everything you want to possibly do to try to fit in with this nation of people or this heritage, and it still won't add up, or it just won't be the same. You know what I'm saying? Because you still just another Negro. Oprah Winfrey had to see.
I was just gonna say that's the best example, man. That's the best example.
All the money you got, you still a Negro. Stop playing.
Yes,
like you is.
Only way you gonna do, you can play that game.
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah, they'll let you sit there and shine with it. They'll let you play with it.
Go play 18 holes. Yeah, you can play 18 holes.
Sure. I bet you when it's time for that major meeting, oh no, they shutting the door. No, you can't come in here though.
Just back.
Stop right here.
Just back up a little bit for me, brother.
Yeah, and shut that door. Yeah, you ain't coming.
Just scoot back for me, right?
I bet you Michael Jordan ain't gonna go to no Bilderberg meeting. I bet you he won't be there. Billionaire. I bet you Oprah won't be there. They won't be at them. I bet you they don't get to see that aisle out there. Obama didn't even see that. And he ain't even our people. But he ain't they people. He got some momentum, but his father is ham. I don't know. This is what his is. Right here. That's right here. Like I see him. I watched the whole documentary on the Illuminati with the Masons, and like in Europe, they got a lot of black people. They got some black people in the white thing, but they can only go up so high. They can only go up so high. Like they'll get to that 32nd, 33rd, shut the door on them right here. It's deeper than that. And that's what they do. They only allow us to go so far.
And even like, well, I'm telling you, I know I will remember this. This happened probably maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. It probably about 3 or 4 years ago. Me and Aqua was out one day, and this dude that was a 33rd Mason. He was up in old girl's shop.
Oh,
you remember that?
Oh,
Miss Miller though.
Yes, boy, he had that jacket, getting his jacket done, thing done.
Boy, you could feel the tension in the room.
Man,
'cause he knew.
Yes.
Like the friend looked at our friend, both talking about, boy, he look at us like, what the
And we was sitting in there, nobody said nothing. Me and Jerubbaal was sitting there. We came in with the friends on. He was sitting there. The lady was gone. You know, she was going to get some stuff. And I can promise you, man, they got so thick in that room. Dude, he didn't say what's up to us. We didn't say what's up to him. It was just sitting there. We just right there. And then when she came back, she can feel like, what's going on?
Like it's like.
And ain't nobody said nothing. And that's because the spirits was not going, it was, you could feel it, man. I mean, literally. And he had that proud look like, and we was sitting over there bold too, like, man, we know what that is. And he was like, man, I know what y'all are. You know, and it was sitting like that. And when she came back without no word said, she's like, when he left, he got his stuff, he left. What was going on? Nothing. That's how thick that was, man. The spirits was in there.
She said something had to be going on because it just was too much, man. I just had to get him out. I didn't know what
and nobody said not one word. And this lady seen all of this without no words being spoken. That's how that spirit was working, boy. And she was like, when he left, she was just like, what happened?
I got to know. I got to know. He's like, he amazing. But guess what? He got to put off his heritage to go to do that, and he know that. He got. When you become you getting up and you 30, you know who God's chosen people is now. You got a choice. I'm gonna get the high up in this world.
I'm gonna serve these other nations,
or
like I'm gonna do.
Or I'm gonna come back to my heritage. And he looking like, So, but when he see us walking, he like, dang, these niggas accepted something that I didn't accept. And when he seen that, man, he couldn't. Until like you say, the tension was there, man.
And we just sitting there. We looking at him. He looking at us. But nobody said a word. Nobody. But boy, there was some fighting going on in there, boy. That was in there, man. Like I said, the lady came back. She was just looking like, what happened? What's going on? Like nothing. Not nobody spoke or nothing. But without no words being spoken, she knew something was happening. She didn't know what was going on, but she knew something was happening.
She could feel it, man.
And that was crazy. I remember that. I forgot about that, man. That was crazy. Let's go to
You want to finish out 8?
Yeah, yes, please.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, verse 8 from the top. Mine heritage is unto me as a lion in the forest. It cried out against me. Therefore have I hated it.
Therefore have I what?
Have I hated it.
Therefore have I what?
Have I hated it.
That's what that Mason did. He hated his heritage. That's what a lot of them do. One of them, what they got them white girls, man, they hate their heritage. Eve, they hate their heritage.
Every time that woman changed them curls, them popping curls to that what? Gold streaks, I'm blonde now. They hate their heritage.
They hate their heritage, man.
Let them curls pop, man.
And that's what we've gotten to. Because when we look back at our heritage, we don't study no more. We go back to what they taught us. Our heritage started slavery. We was Chicken George in it at first. Hey, Sambo in it, Bojangle in it. That's our heritage. And now we just saying squash it. I don't want to be that. That's all we looked at. So we hate our heritage. We hate it so much that we won't even go look it up. We won't study. You guys are Africans. Okay. And that's what we did. I done that. Okay. Till I started trying to figure out which African I was going through all them African tribes. Man, I was like, yeah, I must be the one. What's the one that be doing that leaping up and down? I was like, well, I got hops, you know what I'm saying? I can dunk like a mug. I must have came from them. Then I was going, I know I didn't come from the pygmy, you know what I'm saying? I know that wasn't my heritage. So I'm trying to figure out, and I'm going, okay. And I'm looking at them Manute Bowl kind. I'm like, nah, I wasn't now. I'm almost like them. Maybe I got a little mix. I got some long legs, my booty way up here. You know what I'm saying? So maybe. But then I had realized they only got long legs because them Negroes walk in rivers and they be fishing and walking in rivers. Like the Most High got them in a certain places for a reason. Pygmies over there in a certain place because they got the holes in the bottom of the hill. So them little old some gun can run right up in there. The Manute Bowls over there, they go in there. I was looking at them in the thing and they walk across water. You know, they like, you know, like a stork. You know what I'm saying? The legs are long so he can walk across the water. So I was like, God put them together like that. And I'm trying to figure out, well, where do we fit in? And I was going through all their little tribes. And I was going through the mountain like, nah, I'm damn sure ain't that one, man. Nah, no, Them noses was way over here off their face. I got a wide nose, but God dang it ain't touching my ears. And that can't be mine. That one ain't. Then I look at the other one, man, lip hanging off to his knee. No, that ain't me neither. I realized I don't fit in none of them. I don't fit nowhere over there. I'm like, so dang it, something wrong. How come none of them look like us? How come they don't look like us? Even the ones that claim to look like us. The Most High has said that, yeah, some of them we look just like. It looked like a lot of Ethiopians. But even they done distinguished themselves. We could call out Ethiopian immediately. The only ones that we have a problem with them, see, that's what I thought I was right there. See, yeah. But I was like, nigga, that got a 42 inch vertical. That's me, huh?
Yeah. He can't even jump that high.
That's what you do, right? That's what you do, right?
Now, you got one of them, boy, that boy, he should be dunking, boy. But I know, you give them a basketball, them niggas will kill themselves. Yeah, see, and then that's what I said. I know we didn't come from that. That little nigga right there, yeah. Can't dunk a ball, though. They can't dunk a basketball. That's crazy.
Hands too small. Okay.
Weird one.
It's not hard work hands.
I don't even know the benefit of that. What y'all jumping lines or something? There is a lion. Let me get over it. Come. But see, we hate our heritage, man. Go ahead, stop.
Before we be changing the class to shot fire.
But we hate our heritage, man. But like I said, until you start trying to go and search your heritage, you start realizing all the stuff that they told you, that was a lie. Dang it! Like I said, I just could not find myself nowhere in Africa.
Then look, they love their heritage. They got everybody jumping.
Yeah, exactly, man.
I turn to jump. But we the only one who don't love our own heritage. Man. That's how you know that this Bible it always goes back to us, man. You know it. We're the only nation of people that hate our own heritage. They love their heritage. They get into their own heritage, but we don't want to do ours like that.
I mean, get into it. They get into it. Boy, they be putting plates in their lips. Negro. God dang, now that ain't my heritage right there, shoot, Negro. At all. Bones, all that. No, that's not us. That's not us. We don't even like needles. Much less finna put a whole shovel. Let me just chill this bone in my ear. Put it in there. How hard it was to get that one piercing. These niggas got a whole thigh bone in their goddamn ear. Let's go to, we finished that already. Yeah, let's go to Job 15:38.
What?
15:35, right? Yeah, 35.
The book of Job, chapter 15, verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity. In their belly prepared deceit.
They do what?
In their belly prepared deceit.
Start at 34. Let's read that 34. Let's get
The
this.
book of Job, chapter 15, verse 34. For the congregation of the hypocrites, shall be desolate.
See, the Most High gonna shut that down anyway. So if you run around and want to follow these other people, believe me, Most High gonna make all their stuff desolate. These people that we under, that we trying to be like number hypocrites. We gonna prove that too. Go ahead.
And fire shall consume the tabernacles of bribery.
Bribery. They bribery. Ain't that what they do to our people? Bribers. We don't want to get along, get what? They throw a little money at them. Al Sharpton was doing all that talking, boy. They said, we're going to give you a TV show. Hey, white people are good. Forget some civil rights. He was all of a sudden just changed immediately, man. As soon as they give us a little gift, boy, bribery. Bribery. As soon as our people would stand up and jump out, here. They had the, what was it, Black Lives Matter movement. Go out and say this. And them little old dykes took that money and went and bought all kind of houses, man. A bribery. Ain't got nothing to do with it. Started a stupid movement that the white man gave him to start anyway. So what? So while we out there, that's all it was, man. To distract. We were out there, started pushing this truth. They needed something else to come about. That's why they had Black Lives Matter. To distract the people. Don't listen to them. Black Lives Matter. So they can run out and feel good about themselves. But see what it gotten us? Now Black Lives done with it. They don't even do it no more. Y'all start something to say Black Lives Matter. Now all of a sudden, what happened? What happened to the push? What happened? Gone already. Because that's what they did. They did that, man. It's all it, when we get all it takes. Bribery. Go ahead, Art.
Verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity. In their belly prepared deceit.
They prepared deceit. In their belly, that's what they putting in us. They feeding us deceit. Literally feeding us deceit. I mean, literally, the food ain't no good no more. None of it. I just saw a doctor the other day talking about how the food and what it is. He said, man, he can look at the old food that they carry more nutrients and everything else. Now today, the same stuff, even your vegetables, you barely even getting, man, we thinking, boy, remember apple back in the day? Used to, apple a day keep the doctor away. Now apple a day, shoot, nigga, now you need a whole bag of them.
You have blood pressure.
No doubt. Yeah. And this comes because all I do is eat apple. Well, that nigga got diabetes from eating apple.
And like you say, like what Genesis 1 and 20, 28, 29 tell us what he give us every fruit bearing seed. It ain't even seeds in the fruit anymore. That's why there ain't no nutrients in there.
No, and they making this stuff up. Everything GMOs, man. Everything. Like he tells us, he said, man, y'all gonna be eating that defiled bread. You ain't got no choice. He knew what was gonna happen. You ain't got no choice. Bill Gates was one of the biggest buyer of farmland in the world. In the world, Craig. He bought up all the farmland. Every farmer now is getting their land leased. So guess who could determine what's grown on that land? Yeah.
That's the same.
We give you the seeds. They done made a law. If you have a garden and you got seeds that came off of you, it's illegal for you to sell them seeds to me.
For real.
It's illegal.
Going back to what? In want of all things.
Yes.
You can't even put buckets of water. You can't even put a bucket in your yard to catch rainwater.
And we used to do that because I remember that was back in the day. They so when I had the hair, we used to have the afros. We washed our hair with rainwater. Y'all, some of y'all too young to know that. But I know back in the day, boy, rain day, shoot, I couldn't wait. Cause it was buckets all down the thing. Everybody had their bucket out. Just like shoot, I can't wait till afro finna grow next week. And you got that bucket and you wash your hair with that bucket.
And see, but they changed it. I remember I remember back in the day when they was doing it. Then they start talking about acid rain.
All that. Yeah.
All kind of stuff just to stop you from doing whatever, man. Whatever's good for you, they want to stop you from doing it, man.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie. They stop. Don't wash your hair with that rain now. Cause now, when I look at that rain, I'll be going out there, man. It rains. I come out, my car covered in yellow. Like, they want lying. It is some acid rain. That's what they doing when they chemtrailing the dang on sky.
Read verse 35 again, huh?
Verse 35. The book of Job, chapter 15, verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity. in their belly prepared deceit.
Just like Ak was going into, like we say, we know that the scriptures are double fold. So is it really going into that? Let's get Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 1. Let's see what is going into. Even like I said, it's on double fold. It's going into the things we literally eat, but on a deeper level, it's going into what? Spiritual doctrine.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, literally.
The book of Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 1.
Start at verse 2, Ak.
Verse 2. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat.
So it's telling you, cause thy belly to eat. When he was prophesying to Ezekiel, meaning what? Read this Bible, take on the doctrine that it's getting. That's the flip side with what Esau do. They take on their doctrines and then they what? Feed it to our people.
Exactly.
False philosophies, false heritage, and so forth. Read on.
And fill thy bowels with this roll.
And he's telling them, fill our bowels with this roll, with the Bible. But Esau is filling our bowels with their doctrines, with their philosophies, with their understanding. Read on.
And fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
So when we eat this roll, it tastes sweet to us in the beginning. But then we start to see that, guess what? These things become bitter. Because we see the destruction of our people. We see the mindset of our people. That our people take Esau's doctrine, they think all of it's sweet. It's all good all the time, but even that ain't. Because when you peeling back those layers, man, it ain't nothing but deceit and lies and vanity. Go ahead, Op.
Read that up. There's some of the deceits that we done fell into. Start from the top.
It's no matter which holidays you celebrate, most holidays, the calendar have a history behind it. On the calendar, so have a history behind it. Most of these histories are steeped in debated origins. Most with at least some minor link or curious similarity to pagan tradition. It's the reason that within each faith system, there are people who choose not to participate in celebrations. Curious to see if your favorite holiday has pagan roots. Here are 25 popular holidays with surprisingly pagan origins.
Start at the one.
This is the first. It's Christmas. Out of all the holiday traditions with pagan roots represented on this list, this is probably the most well known. In an attempt to keep followers from celebrating pagan traditions, Christians reproposed many of the traditions surrounding this time. Repurposed, thanks. Many of the traditions surrounding this time of year. While there is some debate, many historians tell that pagans celebrating the winter solstice would decorate their houses with evergreen trees and mistletoes. Christmas is a celebration of the birth of Christ, even though scholars would tell you he probably wasn't born around this time. However, pagans celebrated the sun god, Odin, during this time. The celebrations in honor of Odin were easy to transfer and refocus on the birth of Christ. Also, while Santa Claus isn't focused on in many Christian circles, it's interesting to note that Odin is often shown as a big chubby dude with a white beard and flowing coat. Sound familiar? The colors green and red, along with the swinging, were also part of pagan tradition.
Singings, yep. And that's what they did. That's one of them. And that's what we can go through the Easter too, which is it goes all the way down. Everything they got come from different pagan holidays. And then in Jeremiah 10, go to Jeremiah 10 and 1 and read, because that it telling us not to do that. Then our people, boy, even though we can pull the scripture, then that's Easter.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. Don't do what the heathen doing. Don't learn it. He said don't even learn it. Not rather, but yet not doing it, but don't learn it. Go ahead.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. Go ahead.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
They dismayed at them. See, a lot of these things come from, I read the stars, zodiacs, all this stuff. And that's where they get the winter solstice, where they celebrating the winter solstice, all the signs of heaven. Now, go ahead.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
They what?
For the customs of the people are vain.
Meaning they don't mean nothing, they don't do nothing, and they have no, it has nothing to do with the Most High God. Vain. Go ahead.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Hold on. Say that again.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Man, you gotta be stupid, idiot, or at least in the kindergarten to not know what that's talking about. And when people hear this scripture, it amazes me how they act like they don't know what this talking about. Go ahead.
The work of the hands of the workman with an X. With the X.
Because they want to be foolish and simple. Well, we get it from the store now. But some people don't get them from the store. They still go get the real tree. And they cut out of the forest just like the rest of them were. They still doing that.
But they still sell
Just because you done got lazy don't mean hey. You still celebrating. I gotta go get me one. They got Walmart. Got it for $19.99.
And they know how to keep them.
Yeah.
They guess what? They water the Christmas tree. You know how they put the Christmas tree, put it up on the thing. They be pouring water in there all the time. I just sit there watching like, dang, you gotta put water on the Christmas tree.
Yeah, no doubt. Go ahead.
They deck it with silver and with gold.
And they what?
They deck it with silver and with gold.
Man, if y'all don't know what that's talking about, they got a song. Silver and gold. Silver, just like it said on the thing, singing. That's one of their carols. And here our people be acting like, oh, no, that ain't, man, that's all about Christmas. And then not only that, it can't be the birth of Christ, because this is way back in Jeremiah's time when they talking about it. So apparently, it can't be talking about the birth of Christ, because Christ hadn't been born yet. But they was already celebrating Christmas. So who y'all celebrating? So they smooth with their lips, with their mouth. They just speak that smooth stuff. Oh, celebrate the Christ. Was Christ born on that day? Well, we don't know. So, but
just do it for the children.
Yes, that's that's what they go back to.
They always go back to the children.
Yeah. Go ahead.
They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree.
They sit straight up. See, that's what we did now. See, back in the day, they used to have to make their little brace to hold it straight. Now they come in the box with it. They come with the tree. You can even get them for the wood trees now. With the little three things, with the bars on the side, it goes right up onto whatever tree they adjust or whatever one you got. And you put the little ring on it, slide it down, and there you go. It locks right in place. But back in the day, they didn't have all that. But they just used the nail. You know how we did? Remember, we used to try to put them basketball goals up in the backyard? Boy, you had them straight, boy. You had them nails all in the side of that mud. You can go dunk when they get over, but don't fall into that board holding up that goal, because you're going to be cut up. Go ahead.
They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not.
They what?
But speak not.
They speak, but speak not. Go ahead.
They must need be born.
They must need, somebody's birth is in here. Somebody's birth is in here.
Like, see?
But he said, don't do this. No matter who birth it is, they said, don't do it. So he's letting you know somebody will have something to do with their birth, but it ain't our Savior. Go ahead.
They must needs be born because they cannot go.
That means you have to carry it.
Just like you got to carry it everywhere you go. And like everybody think they got God with them because they got that cross on their neck. God with me. No, you ain't. Because if he with you, you know how much talking you have to do? Man, don't do that. Don't go in there. Stop. No, don't look at her. No, don't look at him. Man, that God, he have to talk all the time. That cross will be just sitting there. That cross will be hoarse. Talking all day, trying to tell you, no. Hey, don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do. Man, you be done threw the cross off if it did that.
You got to pour
Man,
water
it
inside
don't
the cross
talk
mouth. The mouth be dry as hell. You got to put the water in the mouth.
Somebody, that's what you be doing. You gotta drink, cause that mug gonna be, man. I'm telling you, mouth gonna be chalked all up, and then we're gonna need some chapstick, cause he gotta talk all day to tell you to stop. If that was the real Yahweh shot on your chest, go ahead.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also in it them, Shalaka. Neither also is it in them to do good.
They say they can't do no evil, and it ain't in them to do good. So why are we even trying to follow it? It ain't in them to do good. They doing it. They ain't doing it for no good. But they got us doing it for no good. But boy, black folk, leave it up to us. Boy, we'll make up something to make it good. We'll make up something. Well, my great grandmama was born on that day. When you take away Christmas, they gonna find something there to put. Well, yeah, she was born on that day. You know, you don't even know when your grandmama was born. Your great grandmama. Just make up something so they can celebrate it somehow. It's like the other people, man. They the ones celebrating Thanksgiving. I'm just going to get me a plate. Yeah, you celebrating it. And I was going to leave, but the Cowboy game came on, and I stayed another 3 hours. Talking about, man, that's what people do. Why do you think they put them games on that day? Why do you think Christmas is one of the biggest watched games? The Christmas and the Thanksgiving days are the biggest days to be watching it. Because if it wasn't nothing on there, you'd be an 8 and went home and wouldn't think about that day. But when I put the game on, and that's why people, what they do, prepare that food. Most of y'all, none of y'all eat at no 2 and 3 o'clock, 12. Nobody eat dinner at that time. But on Thanksgiving, you eat that dinner. They come around, they start about 1:30, 2 o'clock. Why? So you can eat. Then the game come on at what? 3 o'clock, 3:25.
That must be, and that's most people's schedule. Unless you're one thug, then you gonna go smoke your blunt about 1 or 2.
Yeah.
You get yourself right, because the game coming on.
And eat while you watching the game.
And eat while you watch the game.
Pass the prayer. Somebody blessed it. And I'm telling you, man, this is set up for you to be like that. Same thing on the Christmas. You get up in the morning, you open your present. Grandma, mama in there still cooking. You smell the same stuff that you smelled on Thanksgiving that day. And then after that, the same time, everybody eat at 2 o'clock on that day. And guess what? The game come on at what? 3:25. Hey, y'all don't think they playing that out? Yes, it's playing. And then whatever city you in, your favorite team plays in that city. See, ours is the Cowboys, but you go to Pittsburgh at 3:25, they play.
You watch the Titan game.
Yes, it's playing. It's playing.
I'm gonna get a precept on that.
Go ahead,
Let's go to Baruch chapter 6. Start at verse 70. 70. Because it's going into the same thing on how, just like it's gonna say scarecrow, but it's going into the same meaning though. Read that out.
The book of Baruch, chapter 6, verse 70. For as a scarecrow in a garden of cucumbers keepeth nothing.
Keep it nothing, read.
So are their gods of wood.
So are they gods of wood, man. Read.
And laid over with silver and gold.
This is going to the same thing like the Christmas tree, man. And guess what? You know how he said with wood laid over silver and gold. That's the same thing as we just read in Jeremiah, man. Read on.
And likewise their gods of wood and laid over with silver and gold are like an white thorn in an orchard that every bird sitteth upon.
Every bird sit upon. Read on.
as also to a dead body.
It's just like a dead body, man. Like you got to carry the dead body because they can't go nowhere. They can't do good or evil. A dead body can't do nothing. They just gonna lay there. Read.
That is cast into the dark.
Read on.
And ye know them to be no gods.
They are no gods, though. We know them to be no gods, though. Read on.
By the bright purple that rotten upon them.
Read on.
And they themselves afterwards shall be eaten. And shall be a reproach in the country.
This is going into, like, if you throw a dead body in the dark, guess what? It turned purple. Guess what? Afterwards, guess what? If it's some animal come by, it gonna eat the hell out of that dead body. Especially like a pig or something, he gonna eat the hell out of it, man.
Vultures coming down eating it.
Watch this, verse 73.
Verse 73. Better therefore is the just man that had none idol,
Read.
for he shall be far from reproach.
He's gonna be far from reproach. That's the mindset we gotta keep. Because when we thinking about how these pagan holidays be, you be trying to tell mama, you literally show her, mama, you can't celebrate Christmas. It's right here. Well, we've been doing this for years. Yeah, okay, mama. Okay, guess what? Guess what? You're gonna be just like the rest of them, man. I'm gonna stand on the side with no idols, because I wanna be in sync with the Most High God.
Oh, praise
Then you find out mama eat that turkey. Then all of a sudden you get a call later on that night. Well, mama in the hospital. Well, I'll be there in the morning. I'm gonna go down and holler in the morning. Cause you don't want to hear. You don't warn her. You don't told her. You don't warn brother. Hey man, you don't such died in the car wreck. You don't told him, man. I tried to tell you. Well, hey, you did it anyway. Go ahead, Doc.
Oh, praise. And that's what I'm glad he's brought. One thing I've been noticing that we need to be bringing out on the street too. Because a lot of times people, when it's talking about that wood, but he's letting you know that it's going to change from just being wood and it's going to be silver and gold. So a lot of people be thinking, when you say the word wood, I see that, it's mine gold. Yeah, he say he's going to be changing now. They're going to be silver and gold now. And that's what they didn't come to. They can't make too much money off the wood no more. So that money is in that silver and gold. So, and everybody, I got my Jesus piece.
A lot of people say they sold their soul for that Jesus.
Let's go back. Let's go to what did we stop at? Let's go to Micah, chapter 2. Let's start at 1.
Man, I guess you want to teach the class.
I was just gonna say, boy, I'm gonna get him this. I'm gonna get him this next.
Read.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that deviseth iniquity and work evil upon the bed.
It said, destruction to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. Go ahead.
When the morning is light, they practice it. Because it is in the power of their hand.
Now he said, when the morning look at night, they thinking of how to get rid of us Israelites. They thinking of how to keep us in sin. Y'all don't understand. They be talking, it's a black and white thing. No, it's an Esau and Jacob thing.
Done.
This fight been going on since they birth, man. Before their birth. And it's the same fight, but people don't understand it. It's always black and white. No, it's an Esau and Jacob thing. That's what this whole thing's about. I don't care what them so-called white men thinking about, whatever it is. Negro is to make sure y'all do not rise up. Because they know our power in keeping them below us. And, what was that you, it was something you had said. Read that again.
The book of Micah, chapter 2.
Oh, I'm sorry, Salakia. Think tank.
Yeah.
Think tank. That's what they got in the government to this day. Think tanks. I don't know, anybody, y'all know what that is? They got a group of people. That's all they do is think. Think. That's all they do is come up with ideas to come against us Israelites. Why do you think they do that on Facebook? Now they talking about you can't even put scriptures on there. Negroes getting suspended now. And you posting scriptures. What, now the scriptures back, now they tell you that's what they call it news, fake news. That's crazy. That's why I got off of it. I got suspended for so much stuff, but I wouldn't get suspended for a while. I said something, boy, they were talking about something I said back in 2007. You had said this. I was like, shoot, if they finna do that, I ain't never that. Man, they wasn't gonna let me post no more. Not nothing. Every time I had got out of jail, I was back in jail for something. Okay, you did this one in 2006. Why don't you get them all and suspend me and then bring me back? Nah, they doing that stuff on purpose, man. They making sure this word don't get out. They gonna try to, y'all think y'all having fun? Y'all posting a little video? You don't go on there and you don't even own your account gone. That's what they finna start doing. They gonna come at us on this street teaching. No, they street teaching. They gonna have to fight it on this YouTube.
That's why the Most High God is clever in his works, because, like I say, it's a fine line when we out there when they trying to come against us for teaching His word, because that's a fine line when you freedom of speech. Now that have Esau on Esau crime, because they know where these things is going, what they alluding to. Like we say with the council culture, now you can't say nothing out here without everybody jumping on the bandwagon. They're starting to come in the defense of freedom of speech. So the Most High God knowing what He doing, even with the vaccine and so forth, because a lot of those people that coming against the vaccine is their own people. Yep. So they knowing they can't oppress their own people, man, then they really gonna have a problem. So the Most High God is wonderful in that work, man.
Yep. And I can't wait till they start shutting down Facebook and YouTube and all the social media, because now you finger picking Israelites gotta hit them streets if you plan on doing the Most High God's will. That's what they talking about. This highway of information, man. That's all they want to do. Have no accountability, but want to sit there and just post stuff all day. They don't want to go out to the highways and byways, but want to complain and tell what people need. Y'all should have did it like this. You should have did it like that. Why do you say this to them? Why don't you come help?
That's right.
Why don't you go tap the brother and say, tell him pull this? But nah, he's sitting at the house. That's why I can't wait till the Most High take all that. Okay, now let's see if you're gonna get up and go do the Most High God's will. Yeah, son?
No, you know.
Let's go back to Michael. Let's start reading from the beginning.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. When the morning is light, they practice it.
They what?
They practice it.
Yeah, they gonna try it on you. Yes. They gonna see if you gonna eat that ice cream made with pork. They trying. They gonna try everything. They practice it at night, and in the morning, here you go. Go ahead.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
It's in the power of their hand, because they run everything. So they got the power to do this. We don't have the power. He has the power to do this. Go ahead.
And they covet fields and take them by violence.
Hold on. Let's go back to that one real quick before that. Read.
Verse 1.
Verse 1. I want a precept before the verse 1. Let's go to Isaiah 54:17. See, but this is the weapon that's used for them trying to devise this weapon against us. This is the scriptures that we got to counteract what they trying to do. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. And every tongue that is rise, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord.
The what?
This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord.
See, this is our heritage. See, when you come back to God's law statutes to come in and start doing what He's doing, nothing they got going on gonna be able to work. Nothing they got. And you can best believe they devising, and our people follow for every little drop they got. Everything they got going on, they fall for it. Stimulus check, y'all equal. Man, that $1,400 and even out 400 years. Every little thing now. But this is our weapon. See, this Bible got it. For everything they trying to do, you can go in this Bible and pull out the right gun and shoot it down.
And when brothers looking, they said, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise up against thee shall fall. What precept brothers should be thinking about? I'm telling you, when y'all sleep today. Exodus, what? 11 and 7, man. Brothers can't comprehend it. Let's get it, man. Well, I'm trying. This is one of Maccabee's favorite precepts, man. Exodus 11 and 7, right quick. All right. Read the
book of Exodus, chapter 11, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
But against any of the children of Israel.
What?
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Against any of the children of Israel. Said, man, your animal better shut his goddamn mouth. I better not hear that cat meow. Better not be talking about me if it do meow.
Who you talking about?
Yeah, you got done right. Nigga, what you talking, man? Sure. A dog, nothing better not come against us. Go ahead.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Against man or beast. That ye may know how that the Lord do put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Against who?
Against the Egyptians.
No, against who earlier?
Against the Egyptians.
No, before that.
Against the Egyptians.
No, before that.
Oh, okay.
You got to rewind the track back, man.
Just rewind it.
Remix it too hard.
Okay.
But against
that ye may know how that the Lord do put a difference between the Egyptians.
Hold on. Just start that. Let's do that.
Exodus chapter 11, verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Against man or beast.
Or what?
Or beast.
Or, man, don't even talk about my goldfish. Don't talk about my dog. Literally my dog. He said against man or beast. They can't even say, don't say nothing about nothing. My ferret, that's mine. Don't say nothing about it. I know he stole everything out your house. Don't say nothing about it. That's how the Most High protects us. They can't even talk about, they can't better yet talk about you. They can't talk about your dog or none of that. They better not open their mouth. My dog got out the yard. Yeah, let him be out. Don't say nothing about it. Yeah, I know he pooped in your yard. Yes, I know. But you better not say nothing about it. Go ahead.
That ye may know how that the Lord do put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
No darn well we ain't no Africans, man. Give a dang what they talking about. God say he put a difference between us and them. Boy, they didn't want us to read. I can see why it was against the law. I can see why it was against the law for Israelites to learn this Bible. First of all, that's what they did. No, don't teach them how to read at all. Then when they allowed us to read, then it became against the law. They can read anything. They can't read the Bible no more. They came out with that law. I know why. Remember, they think tank, you got to understand, they think tank was working back then. They was using that think tank. They was devising these things. I got to keep them away from that. Let's make a law. They can't read. No reading. No reading. Then they was calling us dumb. Nigga, it ain't we dumb. We don't even know the language y'all talking about. That's how, boy, and we were.
Now they say, well, y'all read the Bible, but don't read the Old Testament.
Exactly. It's like always a setback.
Something.
Okay, then when you read that, well, you read the Old Testament. Oh, you know them commandments, they done away with though.
Real.
Every time we get a, but the fact of the matter is, it's our book.
And then
how you gonna tell me how to read power book.
For real.
You can't understand it. That's why when we come into this truth, this is clear as day to us. It's not clear to them because it's not their book. And the Most High do not give understanding to these heathens.
And then, like you say, they went from not reading the Bible. Okay, you read the Bible, not the Old Testament.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you read the New Testament. You can't read the Old Testament, but they can't explain neither Jew nor Greek. So we'll take the Apocrypha out.
Mm-hmm.
It's always something, man.
Let's just put it in one. Let's just go to this. The whole Bible is John 3:16. John 3:16. Boy, it's funny because every time that I can look on every video, when somebody say John 3:16, do y'all notice every Capt bust out laughing? Because they know finna eat that up. We can bring up the dude that just got here yesterday, and he finna eat that up. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be laughing when they do that. But they done summed the Bible up to just that one verse. Go ahead. Where we at? Did you finish that? What you had?
Yeah, I finished.
Let's go back to Micah.
The book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed.
Mm-hmm.
When the morning is light,
Mm-hmm.
they practice it, because it is in them, Shalaka, because it is in the power of their hand.
Mm-hmm.
And they covet fields and take them by violence.
Because they said the kingdom of heaven suffer violence, and the violent taken by what?
Taken by violence.
No, by force. I'm asking you. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And they covet fields and take them by violence
Mm-hmm.
in houses and take them away.
Uh-huh.
So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
He says, so they oppress a man in his own house, even a man in his heritage. Man, these people done stole our heritage, done took our heritage, oppressed it. But that wasn't even enough. Because y'all got to remember, they devised it, and at night they thinking of these things. They was thinking of them back then. And guess what? They decided to keep your heritage and make it for themselves.
Man, and on let's just think about a smaller note of what it says. It says that so they oppress a man and his house, and even a man and his heritage. So when you looking at the police coming into your household, guess what? He put you on the floor, your husband on the floor, your mama on the floor, your children on the floor. He take over the whole house.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? You and him might have been arguing. You want him to get out, so guess what you do? You call the police. That's not our custom to be calling the other nations on our
people, yeah.
That's not our. I'm talking about this on a small scale. That's not our custom. We never needed them. We never need them to police us. But guess what? Some Negroes, they don't believe. A lot of Negroes don't believe in the law, statutes, and commandments.
Uh-huh.
That's why they have to have the heathens say, "Hey, you can't kill." The heathens tell you not to kill, but the Bible told you don't do that.
And then they go and kill.
That we don't even really need. We don't even need they police. We can police ourselves if we just follow our God's laws. That's simple, man.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? They take our whole heritage away. Why? Because when they go into our own household, man, police, everybody in here, man, police come up here and lay everybody down on the floor, man.
And that's one of the reasons they wiped out the Black Panther Party. Because
man.
the Black Panther Party began policing their own selves and started going to their own neighborhood. And they were like, these niggas gonna mess around and learn this Bible and realize they really do got laws.
Bring out the crack. Bring out the hit.
Yeah, they started coming in. We got to infiltrate that. Because why? We started looking like the old nation. We started looking like the old Israelites now for real. Hold on. Shut that down. Shut that down. So then J. Edgar Hoover took off his dress and went out there and started arresting some guy. Y'all don't know who that is. It's above y'all head. J. Edgar Hoover was a cross-dresser. He was a cop by day and woman by night. He was just like Bruce Jenner. Put it that way, that's what he was, a Bruce Jenner. But the thing about it is, he came to go after the Black Panther Party. Why? Because we was able to police ourselves, and that's what the brother's talking about. Because the fact of the matter is, what was gonna happen then? Guess what they thinking? They policing themselves. They creating laws.
Hello.
Sooner or later, they out see. They looking for. We don't even see it. Our black men don't see it, but these white men like, they about to see. That's getting too close. They're gonna make a fist. Somebody gonna pick up the Bible and say, you know, we got some laws in the Bible. And guess what? Revolution would have started.
Guess what? And then guess what? If you follow our law, statutes, and commandment, look at diabetes go away, high cholesterol go away. These things started to go away, man. Especially if we did. Imagine what we did all this from the beginning. You think any brothers and sisters here have a high cholesterol, high blood pressure? You wouldn't have it. If we did this from the beginning of our life to right now, what our supposed to be? We'd be like Moses.
No sickness.
Died in full strength. Man, come on.
No
man.
sickness. And imagine keeping Levitical law about our brothers, not killing our brothers.
That's it.
Oh, we be overpopulated right now. They couldn't go in the city with a Negro. We be in all them little country towns. Roanoke. Yeah, that's a black town out there. Flower Mound. There ain't no niggas out there. But why? Because we wouldn't be, we'd be overpopulated. What did he say? He'll multiply us when we doing the right thing too. And we doing what? Killing each other. That's why they put the guns in Chicago. Chicago got the most strictest gun laws in the West now. You can't get it. There's no gun shops in Chicago. It's testimony by all the gang members. Going to alleys and finding crates. Crates of guns. And if all you do is live around Negroes, what you gonna use them on? You know how a kid get a toy, boy, he excited, he can't wait to use that some gun. I gotta go shoot somebody. Something. I remember my daddy brought Myron gun. They went hunting. They couldn't find nothing, so Myron get bored, shoot the cow. Boom, just blow a cow up. Now they gotta run, because that's a felony. And he don't realize, he just excited, I gotta shoot something. They can't find nothing to shoot, so you gotta shoot something. But that's what I'm saying, that's what they do.
Mute that part out, they want to incriminate that.
Right quick, give me 1 Kings chapter 21 and verse 1. Because this is really going back to the history on when our own people oppressed each other. So since we dwelt in that type of sin, the Most High God started to use the other nations to oppress us even harder. Do y'all know what this history goes back to? This goes back to Ahab, one of the wicked kings in Israel. You get that, read that out.
The book of 1 Kings chapter 21 verse 1.
So y'all make sure y'all put this precept, because this is going back to this history. Read that.
And it came to pass after these things that Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard.
So this brother had a vineyard, a nice garden and land. Read on.
Which was in Jezreel, hard by the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria.
Hard by the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria, a northern tribe king. Read on.
And Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, Give me thy vineyard.
Saying what?
Give me thy vineyard.
So he coveted his brother's land so bad that he wanted it. Read on.
That I may have it for a garden of herbs. Because it is near unto my house.
So he's telling you, I want your land because it's right near my palace. Read on.
And I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it.
And he's telling them, I'll give you a better one. Read on.
For if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money.
Read on now.
And Naboth said to Ahab, The Lord forbid it, that I should give the inheritance of my fathers unto thee.
It says, and Naboth said to Ahab, The Lord forbid it me, that I should give the inheritance of my fathers unto thee. Because guess what? That was something that you passed down from generation to generation. It's not just your bloodline, but it's also your land too. That's your inheritance. Just like Ak is going over, the land of Israel is our inheritance. Your children is your inheritance. So this started with us first, coveting and oppressing one another and taking each other's land. Then the Most High God did what? Put the curses of Deuteronomy on us. Now I'm going to have Esau oppress and covered y'all fields way worse than your own people did, man. So this is going back to their history. Y'all make sure y'all write that, man.
And then the law, statutes, and commandments, which is our heritage.
That's right.
And then you gonna come and try to take them? No, we should be standing like neighbors. Nuh-uh.
Because that law goes back to what? Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 21. Let's get that right quick.
And it even also goes into, like I'm going to go into, it go into the Leviticus 25, especially because when people waxing poor, brothers that go into brothers' land, to brothers, like if I'm from the tribe of Judah, I go into the tribe of Benjamin land, and I'm waxing poor, they'll come help me. So if I sell my land, how can he come over to my land to go?
Mm-hmm.
That makes the law null and void. Go ahead, you got that up?
Yeah, when you get that, read that out.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 5 verse 21. Neither shall thou desire thy neighbor's wife, neither shall thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor.
So this is the law regarding that, on which he specifically broke. Y'all reading the history in 1 Kings, Ahab was one of the most wickedest kings of the northern tribe. And this goes back to their history. Go ahead, Doc.
Now let's jump over to Leviticus chapter 25 and verse 23.
The book of Leviticus chapter 25 verse 23. The land shall not be sold forever.
Read that again, Doc.
The land shall not be sold forever.
The Lord told us, man, like when he gave us inheritance, we don't go sell our land. He said the land shall not be sold forever. Read.
For the land is mine.
For the land is who?
For the land is mine.
You can't sell the Most High God stuff, man. That land belongs to him. You can't go sell what the Most High God gave you. No, you can't sell this. That's why he told him, no, the Lord God forbid me to do this, because guess what? This is his land. Read on.
For ye are strangers and sojourners with me.
Read.
And in all the land of your possession, ye shall grant a redemption for the land.
Well, you can grant a redemption for the land, but you can't sell it. Like if a brother, now if you can, like, because it's going to start, when you go, verse 25 on down, going to go into brothers falling on hard time. Guess what? Even when he fall on hard time, you come help him, and then once you help him, guess what? He can go back to his land.
Yeah.
So, but we're not to sell our land. No, he can go back to his land after you done helped him.
Yeah, and they was always able to buy themselves out of stuff. Like after a while, you worked for a while, and you bought it off for a minute.
That's right. We jump down to verse 26.
Verse 26. And if the man have none to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it.
Jump up to verse 25.
Verse 25. If thy brother be waxing poor, and had sold away some of his possession, and if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem that which is his brother's soul.
Read on now.
And if the man be none to redeem it,
I'll read that again.
Shalaka. And if the man have none to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it.
So if he can't pay for it to get it back, read on.
Then let him count the years of the sale thereof, and restore the other plus unto the man to whom he sold it, that he may return unto his possession.
So it was always us helping out brothers. So you would let the brother come and work for you. You wouldn't charge him interest like Esau do today. You would just let him pay back what you needed to borrow.
Yep.
So he can get his land back, because land was very important to our heritage.
And we can only have him doing that for what, 7 years?
And then verse 28.
Verse 28. But if he be not able to restore it to him, then that which is sold shall remain in the hand of him that had brought it until the year of Jubilee.
The year of Jubilee, which is the 7th year. He can only hold a man for 7 years. That's all we can have one of our brothers in so-called slavery for 7 years, which is really what the indentured servant was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We don't.
And in the Jubilee it shall go out, and he shall return it unto his possession.
Like you said, after 7 years, he get his stuff back. What you think Esau said? They got their little stuff out. Well, after 7 years, you can get this off your credit score.
Yes,
But
that's where they got it from. Yeah, that's exactly where they come from. And that's what this is how we supposed to be treating our brothers, man. Let's go back. That was good, man. We could have just went in on the laws. That's what we're gonna do in class, just on laws. Let's go back to Micah.
Micah chapter 2, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore thus saith the Lord, Behold, against this family do I devise an evil,
Mm-hmm.
from which ye shall not remove your neck,
Mm-hmm.
neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil.
Mm-hmm.
In that day shall one take up a parable against you,
Mm-hmm.
and lament with a doleful lamentation,
Mm-hmm.
and say, We be utterly spoiled.
We are spoiled. Go ahead.
He had changed the portion of my people.
Oh, he done changed the portion of my people, because what was our portion of the Most High God? What was our heritage?
Our land
Our land and our what?
and our commandments.
Our law,
Our
statutes,
law.
and commandments.
Mhm.
He said, yeah, now he said, we have been utterly spoiled. That means we've been taken out. When a spoil comes, it's like when when they have a war, what's left behind, that's what some of the armies, a lot of the kings didn't pay for the army men. What they did is, when they go and attack a village and they tear up and win the war, they can keep everything from off the people that they get, the gold that they have, they weapons, and through the houses. That's a spoil. Those were called spoils. They would pay the military with spoils. That's what they wouldn't. They used to get fired up to fight for. Because you go back and be thinking, why would they people be fighting? Because they fought stupid, just running to the spoils and They were like, man, why would they do that? Because if they win, they get the spoils. That's where they get their money from. That's how they get paid. So they would love to go fight rich countries with big money. They would like, yeah, let's do that. Even though they had the big old militaries, they were like, as soon as we win, we get all of this stuff. So that's one of the reasons they were doing that. And we become that, a spoil, taken. We taken. We were robbed. You understand that? Go ahead.
How had he removed it from me? Turning away, he had divided our field.
He divided our fields. He divided everything we had. Our field, we don't own the land no more. And then the little old town that everybody moved in, Demona, they trying to tell them they got to get up out of there. They got laws finna come out now. No, they're finna go against them. Go ahead.
Therefore, thou shalt have none that shall cast a cord by lot in the congregation of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Prophesy ye not, say they to them that prophesy.
Mm-hmm.
They should not prophesy to them, that they should not take shame.
Mm-hmm. Don't take shame. A lot of times we tell them don't prophesy about that, because y'all gonna take shame for what y'all done. Go ahead.
O thou that are named the house of Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
is the spirit of the Lord straitened?
Mm-hmm.
Are these his doing?
Are these his doings? Go ahead.
Do not my word do good to him that walketh uprightly?
Like the brother said back in that time when what's his name? He told Cain. He told Cain, man, if you did good, you would have got good. But you did evil, so guess what? Evil coming up on you, and you knew this, man. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Even of late, my people is risen up as an enemy.
As a what?
As an enemy.
We done became an enemy of the Most High God. Instead of becoming and embracing our God, embracing our heritage, we become an enemy of God. Because why? We taking on everything that the world got to offer. And claiming this is what God gave, God gave this to me. No, he didn't. You all right? I'm blessed and highly favored. No, you not. You can't be. And then the Christians will be saying that eating a bag of pork skins. I'm blessed and highly favored. God is not blessing what he said don't do. That don't make no sense. But apparently, somehow in their head, somehow us at one time, in our head, made it like that. Oh yeah, that's gotta be right. But we didn't know. Go ahead. But these people are hearing and still not trying to know. Not trying to do. Go ahead.
Ye pull off the robe with the garment from them that pass by securely, as men averse from war.
That passed by what?
As men averse from, Shalaki. Ye pull off the robe with the garment from them that pass by securely, as men averse from war.
As men averse from war. Go ahead.
The woman of my people. The women of my people have ye cast out from our pleasant houses. From their children have ye taken away my glory forever.
He said, this what man, y'all, the people we follow, they doing everything. They done took our women away. They done took our heritage away. They done took everything that was good to us. They took it away, and we just loving it. Here, let me get that. Here, I'll give you this for that. We like, ooh, that look good, and we take that. Hey, y'all got that? I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna give you that. You mind them kids be trading stuff, and then you know kids you come home, you did what? You traded that for, boy, who you give it to? You be ready, dad, to get ready to go back. Better go get my, like one day I gave my son, I had a big old thick white gold rope. Man, it cost me dang $1,200. I let him, you know, I got another new one, and it was sitting in the house, so I let him wear it. And one day, I covered, where that necklace at? Oh, I had traded it with this boy. Man, I went up to that school like a song on there. You better, I need that. I don't give a damn whatever he got, he give it back. I don't need my necklace back. He ain't had no right. And that's what we be doing. We trading out all God's good stuff and exchanging it for something stupid. Yeah, it ain't worth nothing, you know what I'm saying? But you know, we act like the child, like, ooh, he got a baseball card and we done traded that. That's how them kids used to get them, here, take this. And we got a little train and we out there pushing it around like this. And the little boy got that baseball card, and that baseball card worth $23,000. And we done traded it for a little bitty, it don't even go. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We out there playing with that. And the little boy daddy got to put the thing all in the box. He got the card right there. And every year it's getting more and more money. And we out there playing around. And that's what we be doing with the Most High God's heritage. Trading it off for other little bits that they giving us that ain't worth a goddamn thing. And we trading off little at a time. Go ahead.
Give me the book of Esther right quick, chapter 10 in the Apocrypha. Chapter 10 and verse 10. Because even like I going into, we always want to give our lot to the other nation. We want the other nation's lot. The Most High God is letting us know plainly right here is two lots. One for his people and one for everybody else. The rest of Esther.
Right at the beginning of it. I know y'all looking all through the book. It's just 10.
They let you know, hey, brothers ain't reading that thing, man. At least skim through those things a little bit, man. Especially on some of those short books. You can really just read through those real quick,
Yeah, real
man.
quick. That's what I used to do, just to start off everything. Read through the small one real quick, and I got them out the way. Then I go tack the longest one, which is
Page
strong.
55 in the Apocrypha.
The book of Esther, chapter 10, verse 10. Therefore had he made two lots, one for the people of God and another for all the Gentiles.
Read verse 10 again.
Therefore had he made two lots.
So it's two lots that the Most High God has made. Read on.
One for the people of God.
The land for the people of God.
And another for all the Gentiles.
And another for all the Gentiles. Letting you know that guess what? We're not equal. We're not on the same playing field. What we have is better than what they got. You know?
And these two lots came at the hour, in time, in day of judgment, before God, among all nations.
Read on, Doc.
So God remembered his people.
Read verse 12 again.
So God remembered his people.
At the end of the day, the Most High God gonna remember his people's lot. Not the other nations, not the Gentiles. Read on.
And justified his inheritance.
And he's gonna justify his inheritance, meaning his people and that land. Go ahead, Doc.
And that's funny, because our people been untraded off so much stuff, we gonna try to come back with that lot, and he gonna be like, no, that ain't the one. Y'all should have, what that one I gave you? I traded that. I got something better. No, that's not good. Better yet, just keep on walking right to that fire down there.
Walk, like walk.
Yeah.
Keep on walk.
Because he gonna
Lord,
look,
it started to get hot. Walk.
he recognized his inheritance, his heritage, his lot, which is his law, statutes, and commandments, which is what he gave us from the beginning. Let's go back.
Michael chapter 2, verse 10.
Yeah, you can start.
I'll give them time again.
Okay.
The book of Michael chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Well, this is what?
for this is not your rest.
We didn't come here to be having a fun day. I can't wait. I'm gonna get my house over here and I'm gonna settle down my church. No, 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 no. This is not our place of rest. Quit trying to invest in America. Well, I got all my investments. I got $35,000, $40,000 invested. And then, boy, you sitting up there investing in America, America gonna fall. So all your investments gonna do what? Y'all better believe God. See, the next time this stock market crash, ain't nobody gonna be able to recover from this. There ain't gonna be no recovery. And when it crashed, it didn't have nothing to do with black folks. We didn't have a problem during the crash in 1933. But guess who did? Esau. So the next time this market crashed, I got all my money invested in it. Well, you keep your money there. Let's see if you got it. I was invested for a future. Well, Esau got your future. You broke.
So guess what? That makes everybody on the same playing field.
Yes.
That's it. That make everybody on the same. Guess what? Your money ain't bigger than mine. So what you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do?
But we got plenty because we store ours in the riches of what? Of the Most High, the kingdom. We store ours in the kingdom. Go ahead.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted.
It's what?
It is polluted.
America is funky. It's polluted. Tell them about it. Tell them about it. It's polluted. This land ain't no good. As beautiful as this land is, boy, it ain't no good. The air ain't no good.
As beautiful as it was.
Yes. The water ain't no good. The people ain't no good. Yeah, the cars don't even work right no more. Go ahead.
Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you. Even with a sore destruction.
It shall do what?
It shall destroy you.
It's going to destroy us. Our people going to get destroyed trusting in this land. They trust in America so much. We go across bridges not thinking. Not once do we think this bridge could just fall. But Negro won't ride nothing at the Six Flags though. I ain't riding there, they could fall. But they go across a bridge without no thought. I inspected some of these bridges. Some of them I didn't do a good job on.
Hey. Let's get that out.
I'm just saying, it's still man. I know some dudes sat over there, didn't go up there and look at it no time.
Just sign off on it.
But we go across them bridges with no thought that it might fall. And some of them have failed. But we so comfortable with America that we just don't believe that can happen to us. Not in America. See, all the bad stuff is going on in America. America try to downplay them other countries because they don't want to show you how bad it is over here. So they'll go get a third world country. They just started making ice last year. That's what they're going to compare them. See how they are? Negro, god dang. They just found out what some tennis shoes was just 2 years ago. That's what we compare to, and then we try to hide they stuff. We don't think our government will come and go into our homes, but they will. We believe, oh, they Constitution. They won't break their own Constitution. They will. They doing it right now. Y'all paying taxes. Did you know that was against the Constitution? They weren't supposed to make no new taxes, and yet they making them every day. That's in the laws, in their Constitution. But we trust them. Freedom of speech. Well, how come you can't speak then? Why did you cancel your show? Because you said this. If it was freedom of speech. Go ahead.
Verse 11. If a man walking in the spirit of falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink.
That's what they doing too. They coming right now. They must be drunk and all outdoors. I'm trying to prophesy. Just like what it's talking about when we go to Isaiah 28:10. When you read down on 13, it's talking about them coming prophesying with being full of alcohol. Not just drunk with wine and alcohol, but drunk with philosophies of other men. The philosophers of this world. That's what they prophesying with. Go ahead.
He shall even be the prophet of this people. Verse 12.
Hold up, even letting you know, guess what? Our own people. You see it with Creflo Hollow and them, they're out there prophesying lies using the Bible.
And I'm glad you said that. But yeah, let me go here right quick. On verse 11. Let's go to Jeremiah 2:8.
Them collapsing bridges there.
I'm telling you that
The book of Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 8. The priest said not, where is the Lord?
The priest said what?
Said not, where is the Lord? And they that handled the law knew me not.
The what?
They that handled the law knew me not.
The priests that got this Bible, they didn't know nothing about God. They wasn't doing nothing that God say do. In fact, they said those laws are done away with. Those are done away with.
Read that again from the top, huh?
The priest said not.
All the way book, chapter, and verse.
Oh, okay. The book of Jeremiah chapter 2 verse 8. The priest said not, where is the Lord? And they that handled the law knew me not.
See, the priest didn't even ask, where's the Most High? Didn't ask, didn't even confront about where God is. Who is God? They didn't even question it. They just went to they got doing what they call them schools? Seminary. Yeah, cemetery school. That's what it is, cemetery school. They done went to these cemetery schools, and whatever they taught them, that was it. They ain't even try to consider. Hold on, they ain't lining up. So that means they wasn't even reading the Bible. They only read where they told them to go. Go ahead.
And they that handled the law knew me not.
They didn't know it.
The pastors also transgressed against me. And the prophets prophesied by Baal.
They prophesied by America, by Baal, by the damn devil. Excuse my language.
In God we trust.
In God we trust. That's exactly what they did. That's what they prophesied by. They like right now, these people talk about what they gonna get out of America and all our future. They sitting up there voting and stuff about something that, Negro, this all finna crumble. What you gonna, and then you voting for somebody that, even if they black, they still got the ideas of these same enemies. They ain't got nothing. You get any black person up there that he's like, nah, we ain't gonna follow this Esau, these damn devils. I will be at the booth that year. I'm going to vote for that nigga. I'm going to vote because that's somebody that's with us that we can vote. But until then, if they talking this Democratic bullcrap and this Republican bullcrap, man, shoot. Somebody do them like they did Martin Luther King. Yeah. Take them out.
You better protect them because they're going to be trying to kill them too, talking like that.
What was that?
Talking about when he go against their system.
Oh, yeah. I'm with him on that. I'll be one of his guards right there. I'll do that.
I kind of disclaimers on this class.
They're going to shut me down. Well, they just got to shut my mouth, man. Come get me, Esau. Now let's go finish that 8.
And walked after things that do not profit.
And do what?
And walked after things that do not profit.
And that's exactly what, see, that's what's name. Y'all need to give me another $6 million jet. Jet? Man, if I didn't, you know how they gave him that one-seater? You know that one with them 3 wheels on it? Here, you go all the way around the country on this gun, Negro. But he want a new jet. He want things that don't profit us. And I promise you, not one of them people in that congregation can go say, man, I need to go see my mama. She dying. She live over here in California. I bet they ain't getting no ride. I bet you be like, shoot, you better pay your tithes.
Get it back in
and go to the airport and buy you a ticket. That's what he gonna say. And let me pray over you. let's go to better yet. Let's go from let's go to 10 to 21. I'm gonna close it out with these. Jeremiah 10 to 21. Roll down there. So she brought up the pastor.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 21. For the pastors are become brutish.
They what?
For the pastors are become brutish.
They become brutish. Dull-hearted. Dull-hearted is what that means. Brutish. They dull-hearted. Don't give a damn about you. They don't care. Go ahead.
And have not sought the Lord.
They ain't thinking about God. They ain't looking at no God. They looking, man, they looking at that plate. They looking at that plate. I remember, boy, when I first started, they said that one plate. Boy, they got them coming from every angle now. This one go this way. That one, I was an Ursula. Yeah. I get one, she get one, he get one on that corner. We then at the end of the day, when he ain't got enough, you know that money, just get up and teach again. Well, we need some more because of what? What he's saying is, y'all niggas lying. Y'all got more in y'all pocket. Pass that plate around again. One more again. One more again. Come on now.
And the funny thing about it, how did he know he don't have enough yet?
Exactly.
You must count everybody's stuff while they was getting money.
Oh, shoot, they quick counting, man. Boy, they have your doc. Boy, they like a machine, boy.
They can eyeball work.
Yeah.
Add it up. They pass it and play back. No, brother, here you go.
Now, you know how them cats that do this right here? Let me see that. You know them ones that get that money? Here. Yeah, it's all there. That's them pastors, boy. They already know they got it going on. They nigga, we do this. I know money. I know the weight of money. They can feel it. That's about 100,000.
We did all right.
Go ahead, right there. Go ahead.
For the pastors are become brutish and have not sought the Lord. Therefore, they should not prosper.
They should not what?
They should not prosper. And all their flocks shall be scattered.
And that's what's happening right now. Women, y'all got to go tell them other women that's the only thing left in the churches. Ain't no men now. They done gone. And if the men are there, they all on the deacon board. That's the only ones left.
Or say, eat feminine and quiet.
Oh yeah. They are that. The homosexuals are running it now. Yeah.
It says, and have not sought the Lord, meaning what? They don't come up out of the Bible. Never do you see TD Snakes go in the Bible and read Ricky Rush. You don't never see them hold the Bible. Joel Osteen never hold a Bible.
And
even the Asian.
Yeah, even when they sitting there, the thing about it is they don't even want to read the Bible. But they'll talk about the story because the stuff that you read now, you know, it's the words that you missing. So they tell you the story how they want you to tell it. But if you read it, you be like, man, say, man, that ain't, you missed this whole thing.
And I'm going to tell y'all, man, that's something to learn from in Christianity and here. You want to go back over the classes that brothers do, because you might catch some brothers miss. You know, you also want to read it for yourself to get an even better understanding of the history. A lot of times, you want to know why timelines, why chronological orders is this way. You want to make sure that everything is adding up, man. So this should want to drive people to just read it for themselves anyway.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We let them know, man. Don't just take my word for it. Don't take none of our word for it. Go back and read it for yourself. That's how you can prove what you heard. Oh yeah, that was right. Okay, that was right. Hold on, I don't understand that part. That don't sound like what he was talking about. Then come and ask, what did you mean? We'll put more precepts for you.
Exactly.
Or maybe, like, don't get it twisted. Don't think that we can't get nothing wrong either. Because we can. We can do that.
You do not need a Bible in church.
You don't.
They're going to read one scripture and say, I want to talk about today, brothers and sisters. I want to talk with one scripture. You close your Bible. You ain't got to touch your Bible no more.
Man, look, I used to carry one of these to church every time I went to church. I stopped doing it because this is mine now. This is on a daily basis. But I stopped doing it because sometimes I would have no scriptures wrote in there. And then other times I would have one scripture. And I promise, I don't even think I ever got past 2. per every time. So I'm like, what am I keep taking this thing for? I'm just carrying it for nothing. And what's so bad? I'm the only one got a tablet. And I see why they don't, because they ain't gonna need them. They ain't gonna need them. Let's go to 12 and 10. Jeremiah, we're gonna run down this pastor. We chasing, we coming, pastors.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, verse 10. Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard.
How they destroying it? By not teaching the law, statutes, and commandments.
You got to read verse 22 of Jeremiah. But go ahead.
22 what?
Jeremiah. What we just left from.
Go ahead. Go ahead. We go back.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 22.
Read that out.
I'm going to give him time to flip back over right quick.
Yeah.
Okay, verse 22. Behold, the noise of the brood is come.
That noise is going into those wicked pastors, jumping up from verse 21. Read on.
In a great commotion out of the north country. To make the cities of Judah desolate. In a den of dragons.
Now this is going two folds. During this time, going into the what's my word? The cultural history is going into when the Babylonians. But on a spiritual level, it's still talking about what? The wicked pastors of Israel.
Today.
Saying what? Behold, the noise of the rebuke is come. Meaning what? They're teaching false doctrines. Now you see it on TV where people is getting tired of that stuff, man. You actually got brothers coming up, man. Hey, we see y'all robbing us blind. Y'all not teaching us nothing. That noise is coming up abroad and people getting tired of that thing. Read on out. Read it again from the top.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 22. Behold, the noise of the brood is come. In a great commotion out of the north country.
And you see a lot of our brothers and sisters leaving Christianity churches because they knowing that, guess what? It's nothing in there for them, man. It's some, we still got a lot to go, but it is some that's understanding that, guess what? We ain't been taught nothing but lies. We don't.
To make the cities of Judah desolate.
The cities of Judah that are desolate today is what? Oak Cliff, Pleasant Grove,
Atlanta,
Dalworth, Atlanta.
all
these cities where our people normally populate, these are the cities today. And they're making our people desolate by scattering them in what? Different philosophies, different religions, Christianity, Seventh-day Adventists. Read on.
In a den of dragons.
And it's making them a den of dragons, making us just like Esau, man. No, they don't believe nothing that the Bible say. Now you have a lot of brothers. Well, I don't believe in God, man. I'm a God, brother. Like I always say, you that lowercase G, man.
Hey, hold on.
I got you, Maccabee. Okay, you a God. Well, grow your arm back then.
You told that brother fix his eye. You a guy. I'm talking about you adamant that you a guy, right? If I'm a guy, my teeth is straight, white. I don't need no gold.
Man, no doubt.
Her, I want it just how I want it. You know what I'm saying? God, bro.
You think on God. How the hell you walk around saying you a God? Negro, you got one arm.
And with glasses on.
For real. You a God?
Need corrective
Nigga,
lenses.
grow your arm back then.
Hold on, I want to hit something off this. I want to hit something that even the Most High. Listen, go ahead and start right back at the beginning. Behold.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 22. Behold, the noise of the brood is come.
The what?
The noise of the brood is come.
That's all they teaching in that church. It's noise. Yeah! I scared the little girl. That's what happened if you went to church. But that's all it is. That's all they giving you is noise. That's all they give you. Let's get a word from my choir. Nigga, you ain't said nothing yet. It's just, won't you preach first? It's just noise. Noise. That's all they doing. And then they get, I remember I met this preacher dude, but he said, boy, what? I can come and do your little show, whatever you want. I can hoop. I can do this kind of, man, what kind of, he had all the preachers. He was wrapped up in one, all the styles. He was Baptist, Pentecost, Lutheran, he had them all. He said I could come bring them all. That mother said, I'll pull out a collar if you need me to. I mean, he was ready to do them all. That's what that's all you going to church and getting is noise. Noise, man. Preachers ain't preaching, then they making so many noises. Just, I'm like, man, ain't none of them noises in the Bible, man. Humming. What's wrong? Do you got COVID, nigga? Is that what that is? Get it out. Get it out.
Popcorn hug.
Shoot. Now let's go to 12 and 10.
Hold on,
Jeremiah.
let me
You want to do something on that? Go ahead. I just want to show you that was that noise, and it's coming from the brute. When he said, our pastor what? Brutish. It's coming from the brute. That's all they're doing is running their mouth about nothing.
Watch this. Go to Psalms chapter 137 right quick.
That's why they got the cymbals and everything playing when they preach. Y'all know that when they get going, because he ain't finna say nothing. Then you get fired up, not because of what he's saying, because you got some music in the background.
Watch this. Psalm chapter 137 verse 3.
The book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 3.
Make sure y'all holding his precept, man. Read that out.
For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song.
See, they required us a song. And these same people that sing the songs, these are people that we think is our leaders now. Read on.
And they that wasted us required of us mirth.
They want laughter, man. He goes into our entertainers, man.
Yeah, need comedians and dancers, singers.
Read on.
Want y'all sing something.
Yep. This is what they say. Watch this.
Saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion.
Can y'all sing us one of them old spiritual, them Negro spiritual songs? And here we are.
Oh, man. Nice like this, I
got
believe.
nothing but love for you, baby.
That's what they want.
And that's what we do. That's what they want. Entertain us. I mean, we did a Christmas show, boy, and this one dude went to speak, and you know what they told him? Shut up and just start rapping. Boy, I was like, man, that's all they want us to do. Don't teach us nothing. Just entertain us. See, that's the only time, and then the comedian, we'll let you go off on us, but you gotta be a comedian, you gotta be a clown.
And then you're gonna start getting stuff like this up in there. Fight breaks out after a mega church pastor asks for $1,000 off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they ain't mad at the pastor. They mad at that black collection play going around too many times.
He's referring to Bishop Wayne T. Jackson, the wealthy pastor that welcomed Donald Trump, drives a Rolls Royce, and lives in a mansion.
See, that's what they after, y'all. That's what they want.
The offering at $1,000, and then they said if you don't got $1,000, then do $300. And if you don't got cash, then we got ATM machines. I don't understand that logic. I don't understand that way of thinking, and I don't understand that to be what religion is.
New Era
now that's what religion is.
Surrounding Great Faith Ministries is by and large impoverished.
This guy has network churches, fancy cars. You know what I mean? $1 million houses, and there's babies in this community that's going without food at night. Somebody has to be enough to do something that will get people's attention. And that's what New Era Detroit did.
Man. Yo, man, I tell you, man. Yo, man, we gonna jump right into this. Look at this.
They get tired of that money. Now wait a damn minute.
That nigga cute, ain't it?
I ain't from that tribe. Hey, that's let's go to 12 and 10, Jeremiah. I'm telling people, like the brother said, people getting tired of this, man. I used to get tired of, man. I told you, boy, I'll just go take the church. Man, I put so much money in that, man. Shit, I don't need my money back. And then I'm losing my house and went to go add, he can't help me. You got $16,000 of my money, and you can't help me on one mortgage? Boy.
Stay the spirit, stay the spirit.
I know, man. Shoot, boy. Go ahead, 12 and 10.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 12, verse 10. Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard.
That's what they did, tore our people up. That's the worst thing our people could have ever did was go into church. Go ahead.
They have trodden my portion underfoot. They have made my pleasant portion, Shalaka, they have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness.
And they done made God's laws a desolate wilderness, to where we don't even follow God's laws, when that's all that church was supposed to be about, was teaching us what God's laws were. We didn't even know nothing about these laws until we got in this truth. Laws? What you mean, laws? We didn't think nothing about no laws until we got in this truth. Pastor wasn't teaching us a god darn thing, man. Destroying his vineyard, man. killing our people, man. Our people suffering. That's what they doing in the neighborhood. That's what you think he talking about. That man mad. Because he got all his money rolling to the church in the Rolls Royce when everybody around Creflo Dollar sitting right in the hood. And them people are starving right there in that neighborhood. Homeless, man. Drugged out. But he's steady taking their money. Old women in that church, man, get one of them little old checks every month. $900 and some to pay all their bills. And he still wants some of it. Just give me yours and you pray about yours. You give that to God.
Yeah, give me mine.
And we'll pray about yours.
Give God his blessings, son. Give God what it is. Give God what it is.
Yeah. Got me fired up. Make me, man.
And matter of fact, read verse 10 again.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 12 verse 10. Many pastors have destroyed my vineyard.
Let's go get that vineyard, man. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 5 verse 7, man. See what the vineyard the Most High God is talking about, man. Because he explains on us on who he's talking about. A lot of times, you know, like you say, Creflo Dollar them, TD Snakes them, they can't go in and break down the Bible because they refuse to, man. Read that up.
The book of Isaiah chapter 5 verse 7. For the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel.
It's telling us plain, man. That's who the pastor destroyed, man. The house of Israel, man. Read on.
And the men of Judah.
That's a northern and southern tribe. Read.
His pleasant plant.
Read.
And he looked for judgment. But behold, oppression.
Man.
For righteousness. But behold, a cry.
That's it, man.
And look, it said, behold, they look for judgment, but behold, they ain't receiving no laws from these goddamn pastors. But what they get? Oppression. More and more oppressed. That's why they got church in every neighborhood, 17 of them on one block. To oppress our people. If you won't get a pastor such and such, you'll get a pastor what's his name up. Right. But somehow we're going to take your money and oppress you and keep you poor. Man. Let's go to Deuteronomy 23:1. I mean Jeremiah 23.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors.
Destruction be under these pastors, man. I can't wait for it to happen.
Woe be unto the pastor that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord.
And that's what they doing. They ain't doing them but scattering our sheep into all other nations' religions, all other nations' philosophies, all other nations' well-being and all that. And they staking that they seeking comfort. And them people go over there and they stay there for a minute because they like, ooh, this is all right. Until it's all falling apart. When the white man coming after now they got him going to prison because he done said something to him. That's why people done got him scattered. Scattered in all the nations. God is for everybody. No, he's not. He said, leave those other nations alone. I know some pastors want white people to come in their church. But let's all get together. Yeah, they got more money than the Negro. You done took all his money. Now you need a new congregation. Why don't y'all go over there? I mean, my pastor slid up there and said, I didn't have to be here. I could have been in Highland Park. But take your fat butt and roll your butt across the goddamn city. Cause they got money out there. Well, that's where you should have been, you fat butt. Take your butt on. Jesus. Yeah, but he fasted all the time.
He's probably doing a damn Daniel.
That mother was about 400 pounds, man. He wasn't doing no. Yeah, that's what he did. He did a Daniel fast. He
what they claim is a Daniel.
Man,
he's probably eating nuts.
Man, that mother he fasted from 6 o'clock.
I mean, not nuts. Yeah.
No. He fasted from 6 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And at 3 o'clock, everything that he did not eat, he ate all that later on.
Then we say shalom.
That used to piss me off, man. I was getting mad, boy. When I got this truth, boy, I'm looking for him. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you.
But it
That's
sounds
a
like
disclaimer.
old boy said, yeah, when you go to sleep, when you wake up, you break your fast. That's what they do.
Yeah. Break fast.
Break fast. That's why you eat breakfast.
Oh,
when
man.
you get up in the morning, you break your fast, bro. You just made some stuff up.
Let me get a couple of them, and because I'm gonna have to finish this class. Let me see your pen real quick. I'm gonna mark. Yeah, I'm way up here. I know. Oh, I see it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get these. We did that one, that one, and that one. We gonna finish this up. Let me go to 1 Timothy. No, we had Jeremiah, right? 23. Go ahead and read verse 2.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 2. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people.
No, he not for the pastors.
Against the pastors.
Against the pastors, that feed my people. Where?
That feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them.
And they ain't even visiting.
Behold,
they gone all over the place, but they ain't even going to check on how they are, what's up with them. Because if they do see them, why you ain't been to church? Negro, for what? Hey, you scattered me. We need your money. Go ahead.
Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith the Lord.
I can't wait till he do it, man. I can't wait to Creflo Dollar thinking he finna go to Los Angeles and that plane just falls straight out the sky. Right on top of another T.D. Jakes' house. Man, I'm fired up. I'm ready to use these scriptures downtown. I'm sick of these goddamn pastors, man. Got me out here, y'all, man, I'm telling you. This just made me mad. That's crazy, man. And we see it every day, and we don't got nothing to say. Our people go to them churches, knowing them churches ain't no damn good. But guess what? They still go. I can't wait to see. Man, better yet, I know what I'm doing. I'm knocking them cones over at the church tomorrow for blocking off the street. I'm knocking them down. I'm running them over.
Be in the spirit,
that's gonna be in the spirit. On my block.
Disclaimer: we do not promote violence.
That ain't violence. I said knocking cones.
Hey, chick.
Cones.
We don't promote violence.
Cones. I'm knocking them over tomorrow.
He gonna walk by and knock him over.
No, I'm driving right over them.
I'm gonna pick them up.
I'm driving right over them.
I'm gonna pick them up.
Let's go to 1 Timothy 4:1. I'm gonna close this out after. Let me hit this one. We'll close it out.
The book of 1 Timothy. When I get there. The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the latter time some should depart from the faith.
Some gonna depart. Why? Because we got these wacky pastors that scattered us all, and some of them don't want to come back to God's laws. Go.
Wicked.
Giving
I
heed
said wacky. Yeah, you right. Wacky. I just made up a word.
They probably did too.
They wacky.
Yeah, you use
Go ahead, man.
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
Giving what?
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
And these spirits out here to seduce us. When you watching that TV and them commercials, boy, they don't seduce nothing but seduction. Some of you women, boy, y'all watch them things, boy, y'all be on that money and buying all kind of stuff. I need that. I need that. And then when you get it, you don't even use it. Because it don't really do nothing. You were doing better than that before you got it. But you were seduced, though. Some of our people don't, that's what, men, boy, and never thought about that woman. But guess what? Now you like her now because you've been seduced. Then when you get with her, she found out, man, that girl husband and mother. Not because of her face, because of her spirit. Go ahead.
Giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Of what?
In doctrines of devils.
Got these doctrines of this so-called white man. And we follow that doctrine. And we leaving this faith for this doctrine. Men leaving the truth. Brothers being in the truth. Banging on Esau. Now he loving Esau.
Let me read this precept right quick. And y'all make sure y'all write that down beside the Colossians 2:8.
I had that one too. Go ahead. No, I was going to go ahead.
It said, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophies and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
After the rudiments of this world and not after Christ. That's one I had too. Oh, praise, man. And let's go ahead and get this law. Because we're going to do a part 2 on this. I ain't finished. God damn, man. Let's go downtown. Let's just go. Come on. Let's get it. I'm going to get this law because we always like to end classes with a law because we always saying bring the law, statutes, commandments, so we will bring the law out. And I'm going to bring one that fit for this one right here, which is Exodus 21:16.
The book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand.
He said, he that stealeth the man. The people we following, man, is the same one that stole it. I mean, stole it, man. They stole a Negro. Stole a whole man. That means, brothers, we can't kidnap nobody. And if he be found in his possession, go ahead and read.
And he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
And where are we?
In their hand.
In their hand. Still in their hand. So the Most High gonna have to kill him. Because you broke his law. And that's for you black folks. We can't be kidnapping, getting involved in all this street stuff. You street nigga. Well, you're gonna be put to death. Wish you would kidnap me. You ain't got nothing to put me in. I'm too big. Get in the back seat, man. I can't get back.
Nigga be all on his knees.
All of them, man. Man, let him sit in the front. I'll be the only one kidnapped sitting in the front seat with the Negro.
Put your seatbelt on, man.
And on that note, we're going to say shalom. And did you shut that off or we still on? Thank you, brothers, for tuning in. We like to share these videos on Facebook, on YouTube, to whoever you need to share them with. Man, and start talking to your people, man, and bringing them into this truth, man, and making sure that y'all keeping them law, statutes, and commandments. On that note, we're going to